Hey everyone, welcome back to our exciting episode of Attacker Productions. Today I have Jake with me as we go over his newest take on Soul Striker. And keep in mind, Jake is one of our best players at the shop, and regardless of what he thinks of himself, it's always a hard match to play against Jake. Isn't that right, guys?
Jake's the second best player at the shop, right behind me.
Can we cut this whole section out?
I think
Nah,
Jake's really good.
Jake, take it away.
You're about as good as the champ.
Since I'm really good, Soul Striker's really good too.
But 2-1.
You guys hate when we explain leaders, so forget this card.
Wait!
3 intersecting fates.
I'm gonna spend 5 whole
It would
minutes
just
on my leader.
you don't have anything to do turn 1 in the deck. Turn 1 is dead unless you draw fates. You don't want to see these late game. We only play 3. 4 bean. It's blue. 4D magic. Also blue, but I feel like this card has kind of come back around and gotten way better now that there's like less counter stuff going on. Although there's always counters in our meta because we're a bunch of sweaty tryhards. Next, 2 Mecha Orbs. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. 2 Mecha Orbs. These are really good. I kind of cut one of these before the event. I was in on 3. They're kind of clunky to cast, but I feel like I need to go up on them just because, like, wide pressured aggression really screws you over, especially on low-cost battle cards. 2 Gohan Babies Minion. This is what stops crushing pressure on low-cost battle cards. This was pretty strong for me tonight. I only got to cast it once, but the game I cast it in, my opponent pretty much just passed. Trunks, Heroic Prospect. This card's pretty good. No, it's not. It's not the best card in the world. Everybody thinks this card is better than it is. Now that Dark Broly is eroded, you don't need this as much. Although in this deck, it's really, really solid because you're always going to have your Unison after turn 3. 4 Vegeta Super combos. They are filter combos. We don't play Zamos in this deck because we don't do any Arrival. And we don't play the Spirit Boost combos because if we're going to go to 4 life anyway, we might as well draw more cards than just add a marker to the Unison because both of our Unisons build markers really quickly. Next, we played this little Bardock package. This is just so we can incur Spirit Boost if we need to on our turn or on... and we get locked out of like playing a Tapion or another Spirit Boost. This just kind of gets crit with Spirit Boost, and this can restand your leader. I might have been able to kill Bancroft earlier tonight if I had used this card properly, but I did not. So we did not. Okay, so it restands your leader, gives it 5k like a bean, and negates its skills. People are sleeping on this. This is like a weird defensive option that people aren't using yet. A little bit more expounding on that card because my deck profiles are too fast. 2 Brave Bruisers, 3 Obunis, 2 Golden Avengers, 2 Gokus. These are just expensive battle cards that typically you can't play because they leave you wide open. But in Soul Striker, you're going to be restanding your energy anyway, and it doesn't matter. I don't think this is the best spread. Out of these, Obuni is clearly the strongest. I think UI can go to 1 copy in the deck because it is so hard to cast, and we don't fuse into anything. So it just sits dead in the hand most of the time. Golden Avenger is really solid. Like we said before, it's typically too expensive to cast, but if you can get it off, you probably win the game. So, the core of the deck. We play 4 Tapions. The Calamity Challenger. We play 4 of the Tapion Unison, Hero Revive. And then we play 2 of these Goku Black Unisons. So we'll talk about them in order. The Tapion will let us Spirit Boost from our high marker containing Unisons. We play it. It's a double striker, 20k for 1 energy, and you draw a card. It replaces itself. The only drawback is limit 1, so you can't really chain these out, which you would have the energy to do in this deck. But it's really strong on turn 3 to play this, awaken from your leader, which I didn't explain. Calamity Challenger, Spirit Boost, bounce a card, play this guy, draw a card, swing, and you've still got an open energy to defend yourself with. The Tapion Unison is kind of what enables that. You pay 3 for it. Every time you activate Spirit Boost during your turn, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost greater than or equal to your opponent's current energy and just bounce it. This came up huge tonight. It's really good at stalling out your opponent, but it's not going to deal with that threat permanently. So for more threatening battle card decks, we have this Goku Black Unison of Elimination, I think? Extermination, excuse me. So these interact really well with our Soul Striker leader. You play them for 3, just like the Tapion and You'll Awaken. Whenever it restands off of your leader's effect, it gains a marker. So when we're spirit boosting with some of the other stuff in the list, just make sure to swing with it, and at the end of the turn, it'll restand and gain that marker back from spirit boost. So this guy, both of these unisons are insanely hard to remove, and I don't think one of my opponents even swung at a unison all night, which is perfectly okay with me. For unison payoffs, we play the Trunks. It's just really good. 4 is too deep, I think, because there are decks with 85 million deflect battle cards, and this does nothing. So this is only good tangentially, but it's still the best counterplay in the game. So, rounding things off, Fu will get to 6 energy very often if we don't kill our opponent first, and this is a good way to end the game on 6. This won me a game tonight. Furthering Destruction Champa. I couldn't find a Kai.
I was like, where's your Kai Hollow?
I couldn't find a Kai. I have too many decks built right now. I couldn't find a foil Kai for this slot. So, Champa. Shout out to Jimmy. Last is Heroine's Lineage. A lot of people would say, just play Baby Hatchak, you poverty-ridden scrub, but I don't have that card, so we play Lineage.
It caught me off guard. I will say that.
Lineage is really good in this list, honestly, where I'm doing so much negating anyway. I think being able to steal an opponent's threat and hopefully kill them with it is really what Lineage is for. Hatch just kind of stops a turn, and we already have like 4 floodgates in the deck, so I feel like Lineage might be the correct call, even if you have access to both, but leave it in the comments and tell me that I'm wrong.
But we'll say with the Tapion, you're bouncing cards.
Yeah.
So that combined with the Lineage, you're narrowing your opponent's field.
When it finally hits the table, I'm just going to steal it.
Yeah. So with that being said, thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all enjoyed. Like Jake said, put stuff in the comments. They're there for a reason. And also, there's buttons on the screen. Bye. Oh, fluff out. Read your cards. Know your place.
Comment Jake's bad.